Hey folks, welcome into the DJ Preps Football Preview Show, episode due. I'm Brad, that's Dalton. We're going to talk high school football for the next few minutes. I mean, that's what the show's name is, right? It's not the most clever name, but then we're not that clever either. So we're going to pick out three. If you haven't watched this show before, the first episode was last week. We're going to review last week's picks made by Fate, and then we're also going to preview the three big games. We'll have the Broughton Award. I'll explain that later. So hang with us here. And Dalton, how you doing? Fantastic. Okay. First, let's review the Week 1 picks. Again, we flip a coin, and this decides who wins the game, so nobody gets mad at us. And then we'll pick a score. The coin went 1 and 2 last week, Dalton. It missed the Houston Pontotoc game, and it missed the Meridian Tupelo game, but it did get the Corinth game correct. And you were really close on that score. It was 29-28. You picked 28-27, didn't you?
What can I say?
It was a heck of a game, too. So, yeah, Corinth got that one. So those are last week's picks. We'll keep track of that all season. Okay, the three games to watch this week. We've got Faulkner at Walnut, Corinth at Tupelo, and then Boonville at Baldwin. We're done with that. Let's start with the Joe Bowl. Faulkner at Walnut, and that's tonight, Thursday night football. Trivia, it's named after the late Joe Horton, who coached at both schools. And more trivia, the 2009 Joe Bowl had to be canceled due to a swine flu outbreak in the Faulkner locker room. Remember the swine flu?
I do.
Bird flu, good times. We're kind of overdue for another animal related flu.
Let's get the swine flu back. Take care of some more people.
Maybe we should get, maybe the next one is the fly flu. Get it? Man, okay. The matchup, okay, so this is the Joe Bowl. It's a big rival game between Walnut and Faulkner. Three keys to the game real quick. Number one, Dalton, and we're going to have something, we have something in the paper today about this kid. Faulkner quarterback Lane Elliott, a senior but a first-year starter against a pretty tough Walnut defense led by defensive end Brandon Smith and linebacker Kevin Hurley. But Elliott, last week in that loss to East Union, really showed that he can sling the ball, can he?
Yeah, 250 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was impressive. I mean, especially for a first game ever.
Yeah, certainly. Key number 2, I just mentioned Kevin Hurley of Walnut. He's a triple threat. He's a quarterback, he's a linebacker, and he can punt the ball. He averaged about 40 yards a punt last year, Dalton. But he's not the only triple threat, is he?
No, they got a running back, Chris Perry, who last week against Ashland had a rushing touchdown, a fumble recovery touchdown, and a punt return touchdown. So all phases of the game, he's dominating.
Chris Perry, you should know that name. It's K-R-I-S, right?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And the third key of the game, who wants it more? Who's got more passion for the rivalry? That's something coaches always say. Oh, they wanted it more, that's why they won. Or we wanted it more. I really think, honestly, they both want it equally bad. So,
Just who's better.
Yeah. Okay, quick prediction. I'm going to use this nickel that we found in John Pitt's desk. Don't tell him. Heads, the home team. Tails, the visiting team. Who's the winner? Get the home team winning. What's your score pick?
21-20.
All right, I'll go with 23-19. All right, that's drop my coin. That's it for game 1. Game 2, we got Corinth at Tupelo. We got that wing T of Corinth against, and then Tupelo with a really good offense, but a banged-up offense. They lost 3 starters last week total, 2 on offense, and that the comeback win against Meridian, including quarterback Stephon McGlon, receiver Jordan Jernigan, and then Nigel Cole, the defensive back. They're without those guys for a few weeks, Dalton. So key number 1, Peyton Puckett now a quarterback for Tupelo. He's stepping in for McGlon, but he's a pretty good athlete, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's a D1 baseball commit. And also the big thing for me is I don't think he's going to get too much pressure back there. I mean, they faced an all D1 front in Meridian, and they didn't give up a single sack last week.
There you go.
So they might can hold their own against Corinth. I guess we'll see.
Key 2, Tupelo's ability to stop the Patterson kids, Tam Patterson and Zach Patterson. They make that wing T offense really, really go. And 2 great running backs, Dalton. And so that's always a tricky offense to defend. Third key of the game, special teams. I mean, I don't know. That's what coaches tell me. Special teams never gets enough attention. So we'll go with that. Prediction time, Corinth at Tupelo. See what the coin thinks. And the coin wisely goes with Tupelo, I think. I would favor them. Score?
42-7.
Wow. Okay, I'll say 35-20. Tupelo. Okay, there we go. was terrible. Okay, the third game, the Skunk Bowl, Boonville at Baldwin. Yeah, it's the Skunk Bowl because back in 2012, a skunk wandered onto the field and cleared the Baldwin bench. So it's been a rival game for a long time, but now it has a cool name. 3 keys to the game, Dalton. Baldwin needs to find a way to slow down Dallas Gamble. I mean, he's a D1 prospect at running back. He had 169 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against Moorville. Second key, Baldwin's rushing attack. They only had 35 yards on 27 carries. Got shut out by New Albany last week, and that's unusual. Dalton. Baldwin usually is really good at running the ball.
Yeah, they lost a lot of keys this year though, so it's kind of.
They did.
I think it's a rebuilding year for them.
17 seniors plus John Drix Robinson, who had that terrible accident. So,
which I think some of those rushing yards probably attributed to sacks, and they allowed 7 sacks. So those are all negative yardage right there.
That's right. Third key to the game, a possible skunk invasion. Listen, if you're Baldwin, I see you grab a skunk, let it loose on the field at some point toward the Boonville bench, throws their mojo off. Because I think Boonville should be favored to win this, but. Or maybe they'll just show back up. The skunk might have a skunk and bring his friends because the game's named after them.
I say you got to throw everything at them.
Yeah, even wildlife. All right, let's see what the coin says. Boonville at Baldwin. The coin says Boonville. The coin's making some solid picks today. What's your predicted score, Dalton?
21 or 28-7.
No, you got to pick one.
21-7.
21-7. Commit to it, man. I will say Boonville will win 26-6. That's my prediction. There we go. See if I can do any better with this one. I can get better cards, more aerodynamic cards. Okay, here's time real quick for the Broughton Award. Brad, Dalton, Broughton, get it? So we award the best 1-2 punch from the previous week. Stephon McGlon and Jaquarius J. Rock Williams of Tupelo had a good game against Meridian, and that they were down 17-0 at half. McGlon 20 for 28, 297 yards, a touchdown passing. Also had 58 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing. And J. Rock 122 yards and 2 touchdowns on 21 carries. So congrats to those guys for getting the Broughton Award. Okay. All right, I'm going to wrap it up real quick. Here is where we will be this weekend, subject to change. Tonight, Dalton's got the Joe Bowl. Tomorrow, Friday, Dalton has Corinth at Tupelo. I'll be at Hamilton, Middleton. David Wheeler will be at the Skunk Bowl. We got Dylan Barnes at Kossuth as they host Ripley. Itawamba AHS at New Albany. That's Dennis Clayton. And Ethan Turner will have Okolona at East Webster. So that's it for this episode of the DJ Preps Football Preview Show. Thanks for joining us. Bye. What am I doing?
Just throw it. Okay. There you go.
And